Understanding the double entry system is a fundamental in understanding about the concept of an accounting. When it say double entry system, it connotes two sides of the book, the left side and the right side. Just like with this example. So you can see in this journal, you can see that there are two sides for the amounts, 1 and the 2, and this one is for the description and the other is for the date. But before we are going to learn more about the double entry system, we are going to study first about the one side or the single entry system. In the single entry system, in order to demonstrate, to understand about this one, let's have this example of a simple business transactions, a laundry business. In a laundry, we start with putting some capital in the laundry, which is capital again, and we record that using the single entry system as just a list of transaction. We have the description, we can put some date in here, and we have the amount. Then if the business obtain a loan, then it is listed again as the next line, description, and the amount, and so on and so forth. Okay, simple as that. Then at the end of the day, we can count the balance of the cash alone, 55,000, without considering the other accounts that needed in order for you to be informed in the decision making. Now, that would be viable if you have some few transactions in your business. However, if your business booms, I think the single entry system is not anymore viable, because there are a lot of transactions that we need to account in a day, in a week, in a month, in a year, and there are information that we need. Okay, so these are the examples of the transactions that we need to be accounted: transportation, purchases, a lot of sales, a lot of purchases of the office supplies, a lot of bills, electricity, telephone, that we need to account that. If we do only single entry system, then we cannot afford to account them on a systematic manner that will give you some information that is useful for decision making. Therefore, we need the double entry system. It's because there are some information that we need, like for instance, how much is our sales at the end of the month, at the end of the week, at the end of the year, how much is our purchases, utilities, so on and so forth. The single entry system cannot address this in providing these totals of or information. So therefore, we need the double entry system, which has the two sides, first the left and the right. Again, this is an example of our columnar or the journal. So in the double, when we account for the example, the initial investment capital, we do not just put that as a list of transaction by listing the description and also the amount as simple as that. We have a systematic way of doing that. First, on the left side, we put the cash 100K, that is on the left side, left column, and the right column we put the source of the cash, where it is this cash came from. So this explains that the cash is coming from the capital, 100K. And other transactions like obtain loan, we account that one as another debit to the cash, another increase to the cash, and which is coming from the bank loan. And where did we spend the 60,000? That is a reduction in the cash, and we spent that to the rent. So the rent is another account that is to be maintained. The bank loan is another account that is to be maintained. Capital is another account. It means to say that each of these account has its own book, okay? And purchase of supplies has its own book also. So if this particular account has its own book, then at the end of the day, we can ask directly how much is the balances of this each of these account. So in here, we can determine the left and the right, the total 55,000, which must be equal to the right. So the left must be equal to the right. What we have here is that in the left, it explains to us that what is left in the business, or what do we have now. So it shows to us that what we have now is the 55,000 total cash, while the right explains to us where the money this came from. So first it came from the capital, second from the bank loan. And it explains also to us where it went. This to say that why is it that we have reduction, where it went. So it's for the red. And for the cash 5,000 is for the supplies. So that's it. Again, the left, what is left in the business. The right explains where it came from and where it went. So now I think we're ready to the next level to understand more about this double entry system.